Are you ready to begin dreaming reality? I am. Oops. A lot going on today. So, I have totally put this all out of whack. Okay. That's how it should have begun. So moving along. Question. The lies told become truth when? Answer. They are believed. Am I wrong? So today, here in California, on the Pacific Coast, it is September 1st, 2020. It is 6:54 p.m. What is real? And what is lies? Ready. Can you handle the truth? I say you can. The problem is you don't want truth. Corporate is aware of this as they continue to inject into all forms of human communication a lie believed. Why? Because it works in their favor. Why? So, before I proceed, let's get a couple things out of the way. To the side. Wake up. Stand up. Speak up. While you can. Just saying. Also, vote. Put your ballot from your hand to the box, no less. This, actually, let me set up some context before I go ahead and put that up there, because I'm going to leave it there and have it cycle through. The first three, well, they are all snapshots from the music app Pandora. It is a list of, well, the music comes from a playlist of music that I like to listen to. And it's playing random music. And I haven't been to Pandora since July 22nd, where I played 3 songs. I had 3 songs play. I like to listen in threes. I may be biased. I am the third. I played 3 on that day, and I haven't returned to Pandora since today is September 1st. It's been a while. I let it play for a couple hours, I'd say, and I took a snapshot of every song that played from beginning to end with one final screenshot of a commercial. That was Pandora froze on that commercial, and it did that at a time just after, moments, like seconds, after I turned on music with YouTube using my desktop, not the phone, which is where Pandora is. So these are all the pictures, the snaps. Like I say, the first three are from July 22nd. And then all those preceding are from today, September 1st. And they are, after the three in July, they play back, or they display in the order that they played from the very first song to the last song. So I'm going to have that just playing on the side of the stream. Go ahead and turn that on. There it is. This was actually the third song that played on July 22nd. This was the second song. Got the number 3 up there. And this was the first that played. And then this is what played first today, when I chose to turn Pandora on. So those were playing in the order that they played earlier today, this morning. Onward. Before I turn the camera on, there are a few things I'd like to say, to share. Put my glasses on. Where do I begin? Okay, I'm probably going to do a little ping pong here, if that's okay. Language. I just want to put that out there, that language, I tend to stray away from those words that are considered foul or nasty, I guess. Bad words. I don't see myself as having an F fest in this stream, but I feel that at times there's going to be a word, some language involved, my own. So there's that. I did want to mention goosebumps, chills, and prickly explosions of joy. Those are a combination of sensations that simultaneously can occur. For me, I can say they have. Okay, so before I dive into this stream, I wanted to, briefly as I can, we'll see, why me and green screens? I'm sure you've noticed that the majority, if not all, are green screened. I see myself first, I think, and foremost, as being out there. Say strange, but I'll get to that in a moment. For this moment, out there amongst the stars. I want to know what's out there, and I'm not going to find it here. Just something is telling me that I'm not going to find it here. And so I'm drawn to out there. Let me get some music going here. This is just hopefully I'm not broadcasting the music. I usually have music playing. I have some snapshots of music that played earlier today. They usually have Miguel Samaez with a piece of his called Transparency of Freedom. But I've been having a need to listen to. I want to have that, like with Pandora, where I was listening to the music, and the music is randomly playing. Said I got disconnected there. That was a bummer. It's a distraction. Lose my train of thought. Okay. Where was I? Now my focus is going to be on. Is it connected? And it says excellent connection. Okay, so out there, whatever it is I'm searching for, looking for, I'm not finding it here. More than ever. I invite any psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor, whatever, to have a narrative with me on that if they differ. I say now, right now, more than ever, I don't feel I'm gonna find what I'm looking for here in this world. Maybe I'm selfish because I feel like if I'm gonna be honest, which I am, I'm being wholeheartedly honest with you, and I'm gonna get to that at some point in this stream too. I don't see everybody coming together. And that's what it's going to take. Maybe I should rephrase that. In time, I don't see it happening in time. The clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. And that's okay, I suppose. It's nature. It's beyond my control, clearly, and I feel pretty confident in saying that it's beyond the masses' control the situation of this world, this moment right now, and all the drama that's playing out. 7 point whatever billion souls, each and every one lost. There is no shining light, no path, no open door, light shining. If there were, we'd all see it. That said, I like the green screen because these are places that I can, for a moment in my mind, I'm where I want to be, which is anywhere but here, based on the conditions. I should be fair. So should you. Given the conditions of this world, I feel what I feel. And I do feel justified. I don't think that that's an argument that could ever be overturned. Sure. I was going to turn the music on. I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna keep listening to random music. So there's the whole copyright. Yeah. I do recommend, though, that turn on the radio, press play on a playlist you have somewhere, and listen to the music, because that's what I'm doing. Okay. Some Pink Floyd is currently playing right now. The show must go on just started playing. Okay. So, yeah, I don't want to be here. I don't. If things were different, well, then obviously I'm intelligent enough to take a second look. Progress counts. So yeah, there is that. But for the moment, like I said, in my mind, it just doesn't feel like that is happening. So my mind wanders, and I'm above the earth, heading out into the stars, into the universe. Why? 'Cause it ain't happening here. It's happening there. And you can't be in both places. It's either here or there. So in order to get to there, you gotta let go of here. And I think real quickly, briefly, I will be mentioning or talking, bringing the whole UFO, ET, whatever you want to call it, but phenomena, into this conversation at some point. Just not quite yet. Get my glasses again. I'm still not ready to turn the camera on. I will, though, at some point. Here soon. I just felt like doing it this way. And I am late. Nobody would know that unless they were at my page, YouTube page, in the discussion area. I was intending to do 3, but then I wound up laying down. I thought it would be for a few minutes, and I wound up sleeping. And then the thoughts change, things come along, and so here I am now, just after 7 p.m. on the Pacific Coast, California. Joseph is my name, if you didn't know that. And this is my channel, Dreaming Reality with God and Music. We'll get to that later on, though. The playlist I have of what played on Pandora, I have going up there. Moving onward. So, me. I was thinking about me today and people, and how people view me, look at me. I am a strange one. I am proud of my strangeness. Like I said, I want to be out there in the stars, above the earth there. So yeah, I'm a strange one. And maybe that's in part due to childhood. I did have 2 injuries at a very young age. Let's see here. 8, 9, 10. 2 within, I believe, that time frame. Involving a horse, pony. Both to the head, actually. One, I got drug around, fell off, and my foot got stuck in the stirrup. And I don't know what happened, but the horse got spooked and started running, and I couldn't get away. Couldn't get out, and I went around the whole enclosure. I want to say 2 times. Like maybe half an acre. Wasn't fun. Then another time I ran into a clothesline pole. Something spooked the pony again, and I couldn't help but make contact with the pole. So maybe that is something that contributes to my strangeness. I don't know. I do say that I tell it like it is, how I feel. You don't need, I think, any real deep analysis to understand. It's how I feel. If you do need understanding, well, then one is supposed to ask, think about why, ask questions. I think that people they can't handle the truth. The truth is, it hurts. When one looks into the mirror, it can be a painful act. Self-awareness. No one can escape who they have been. No one. You can't erase anything. You can't. I don't believe in any scenario where you can erase it. What is. Period. Who knows? Maybe it's just me. I'm just thinking a little bit too into everything. Slow down. Is that it? Isn't that an awesome view? If you could be up there right now, where this camera angle, this view is, and you could have that perspective of your place, your point in the cosmos, in the universe, this universe. Should make that very clear. I am a subscriber to endless universes. There is no beginning, there is no end. And I'll be exploring that in a dedicated stream in the near future. Not this stream. We're here because I asked a question. Question that I believe I have an answer to. The question I asked. What about you? What do you think? Let me see here. I'll make sure I get all these notes that I kind of jotted down to kind of get me into that mode where I felt comfortable pressing the go live. And no going back. Right? Isn't that how it works? So, what's here? Okay, this is the thought I wrote down. I think it comes out of all the chaos, especially here, at least because I'm here in the United States, so it's pretty close, all around the country. The protests, the violence, the rioting, the looting, the shooting, the killing. I think you know by now what I'm talking about. So with that in mind, I have it brings the series of movies, The Purge, to mind, and I've recently watched them. Just kind of let them play on loop as I'm doing what I'm doing, writing and thinking and putting my thoughts into order. The Purge. For me, I think if there were something like an actual purge event, I have my playlist. I came to a playlist in my mind, and it consists of one alone. Me. Yes, me. That's my list. My playlist. I'm thinking of music there. Purge event, game. It is a game. Just the very idea that's out there in the public mindset. The part of the record. Historical record, I guess. Everything is a part of the historical record. I guess I say that because more and more it seems like as we become digital, that with the push of a button, the history can change. And I don't even want to get into the Mandela effect, because that's something that I do believe is, there's something to the whole Mandela effect. And it plays into with everything that's happening right now in the world, as crazy as that sounds. But I'm not going to explore that at the moment. I'm just about ready, I think, to turn the camera on and actually be with the viewers. See if I write anything down on any of these other papers. Yeah, these are just kind of Ludians, I guess, that I jotted down. I can see those from here. Okay. So, I wish I could have my playlist of music playing, and you could be a part of that. Duder, the artist Duder, Winds of Time. Oh, no. I'm thinking about time because I just looked at the clock. Wind of Dawn. So, that's what I'm listening to as I get ready to turn the camera on. I'm a real person. It's not sophisticated AI voice technology. One of these days, if technology were to continue to become better at what it does, a day would come when your voice could be 100% simulated via an AI bot computer algorithm stored. Your voice stored. Not every, you don't have to say every word, just there's enough of your voice that can be captured that will be able to be 100% reproduced. That would be the future. How could you argue against that? I myself have no desire to live in such a world, not one built upon the parameters that are currently in place. And I'm just about to begin to explore that here. I need a little bit of water. Hope everybody's doing good, being well. Lots of smiling, trying to smile at least, I hope. I try to. I'm honest about it. It's not always easy. So there's a lot of crap going on in the world. Okay, let's see here. Have I covered everything I wanted to? Yeah. So, I believe I can. There. Hi. Thank you for making it this far. Pink Floyd's playing now. Eclipse from Dark Side of the Moon. Great song. Wish it could be playing in the stream. Before I go on, there will be a little bit of some tearage going on over there. I decided to leave it in. It was getting to become too much of a hassle to try to fix, and I wanted to click the button. My mind was ready to go, and so I've decided to accept that as that's a rip, a tear in the universes, in realities. That said, moving along. Yeah. Did you answer the question I asked? About the lies. The lies being truth. And when that happens. I mentioned the corporate aspect of what's taking place. That they are aware of you and everybody. The technology makes that makes it happen. And it's getting easier and easier every day. That's just a fact. Jack will tell you. Under the Bridge, City of Angels. Red Hot Chili Peppers is playing. Just started. So yes. What in the world is going on? The lies. All the lies. How could the corporations lie? Why would they lie? I'm talking on a subliminal level. The media, the conversation of the day that's pushed. Trends. Why? Why would they do that? I mean, that's not like one of the big questions that if you knew that answer, maybe you wouldn't be so opposed to accepting that they're doing it, because the easiest answer is they can. Money in your face. I wanted to get a little money sign graphic and flash it, but I fell asleep. And anyway, money in your face right now more than ever. The whole concept of money has been thrust into everybody's face. Survival kind of does that. So they lie to you because they can, but that doesn't really answer why. They do it, I think, mostly, if you want to be honest with yourself, the only answer is, the only reason they can do it, as much as why they do it, is it's what the public wants. Right? And you have the choice. All have choice. For the most part. We do need to work on choice, freedom. Am I coming through at all? Making sense in any way? The only way a lie can become truth is when it is believed. Right now, I am witness to lies being aired on the news, in your face. Lies. Joe Biden. I watched. It isn't no hack job. It's not no Photoshop work. It's right out of the man's mouth, saying, we've never been under investigation, Democrats. And then for those outlets that are giving you an alternative, an option to broaden your choices, make sure you're making the right choice. So many are not, clearly. The people want the lies to be truth. It's the only way I could be, and any who are awake could be, witness to hearing another tell you a bold-faced lie that they believe is truth. And in doing that, there are large numbers of people who believe, as this person does, Joe Biden. Don't jump, Joe. Don't jump. Well, what the? I saw that little clip. You're dazed, bro. You're dazed and confused. I say it's because you're wearing the mask and there's CO2 deprivation or oxygen deprivation because of you're getting too much CO2. That's what I mean. Don't jump. Were you like having a flashback? Or was it for a brief moment there? Did you picture yourself down in your basement, downstairs, and somebody was coming in? And I don't understand. Don't jump. And this is who has been put before the American people as the Democratic choice for a president, a leader who bold-faced lied right in front of the camera. You can't make it up. You just can't. The video's out there. All the videos. So many. Some real mind blower. A mind. Oh, I so want to go there and use the F word. It's a mind F. It really is. Because it makes no sense. But it can only happen because it's what the people want. They believe it's truth. These words that are coming out of... I mean, Trump caused the riots? Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? And I know that there are people out there that will stand right there in your face and they want to come up, try to kiss you in the process to express to you that, hold on there. Nope, not having it. Excuse me? First of all, you need to step back. Virus or not, you just need to step back. Right? Am I wrong? No, I'm not. I know I'm not. I don't spend time debating that in my mind. Better things to use my mind thinking. not what I think is something trivial. Okay, let me adjust myself here, because I'm gonna keep going here, because I mean, it's really simple. I am witness to lies. I'm seeing lies. And, I'm not going to go pointing fingers at Democrats solely. I think everybody be lying, which brings me to trust. At this point, I feel like I don't trust anybody. I can find reason in any and every person at some point, some word, just at the timing of a thought, and bring doubt. Forgiveness. I think that's key. I have from the beginning, and that's going to be one of the most difficult overcomings that man, I'd like to say, will endure, because it's the only way to move onward. But I'm not sure if we'll even get that kind of assurance. It's a crazy world. It's like like the movie Deep Impact. You ever see the movie Deep Impact? There's that point in the movie where the government, the high-ups, they know there's this impending event, an inevitable, unstoppable future, near future moment. I flash on that movie at times when I'm trying to put all this into perspective, all these pieces into place, the world and its happenings. Right and wrong. I did forget something I did want to share that I wrote down. I guess I can just kind of bring them up as I go along. This one I'll bring up now because this is kind of where I'm at in this conversation, and that is that we, all of us, are all good and bad. We are. I know that's a tough one, I think, for a lot of people, because they would just say, no, I'm good, I'm not bad, I don't believe in bad, and I'm not so sure that that's the right approach to looking at the that interaction, this good and bad that plays out. Clearly, that's one way of looking at it. But again, I don't necessarily subscribe to it and think that there are other ways of bringing a clearer light to understanding. I think a lot of that has to do with here and there. Can you be in both places at once? No. Now I know that we go all scientific and spooky particles at a distance and all that kind of conversation. But keeping it simple, that may be true. You can have particles in both places. But I believe that, I perceive, I view that situation as it comes down to choice. And I'll say this, if you bring the Bible into this conversation, that book represents a society's, a people's outlook on the world around them, their understanding, trying to take it all in and embrace it and make sense out of it. And it clearly it emphasizes, because it's in the beginning, pretty much of the story. It's in that part of the story where all those initial thoughts, the important ingredients, and are laid out, and that we are here with free will, which is choice. So here or there, out there is where I want to be. And I can't be in both. It's either here or there. E.T. and that whole discussion. Where are they? If they're real, then, why aren't they here? Why don't they land? I think, for me, quite early on in my search for understanding, I came to peace with whatever this is. It'll never be here. It can't be here and there, wherever there is. Some call it heaven, others nirvana, utopia, on and on. So it's all the same place, and we all dream it. I like to think that. It's a crazy world. Now, why do people kill people? I watch these serial killer documentaries and miscellaneous shit like that. Because there's this part of me that I'm curious, because I don't understand how somebody could do these things, and I want to understand. I want to see what consensus the people that are putting all this information out there came to. I hope they have some kind of consensus. This shouldn't be happening. We need to figure this one out. This hurting people physically. I mean, you can be mad and you can be upset and you can say stuff. At least there was a day when you could. Your thoughts. You're not. And if somebody's hurt, that person needs to acknowledge that there's a conflict in play and act accordingly, which would be, in my mind, to quell, put to rest peacefully. But that's not the case in this world. People want revenge. They want to get back. They don't think. They just do. I'm witness to it right now. And it's all lies. How can you tell me? Let's talk about the mayor of Portland, Oregon. Okay, I won't even use names. I won't give the system more to search for in its algorithm to raise flags in the conversation being shared. But the mayor in Portland, Oregon there, who is absolutely, in my opinion, nuts. I cannot, it's hard to say, because I can't imagine a moment ever from as far back as a little boy beginning to understand more and more about the world and kind of how it works in government and elected people, the president, and that, and so on and so on, and mayors, governors. But right now, a lot of mayors making the decisions that they're making. Pretty much that, it's okay to be out there looting and rioting, and then once they say these things and those things happen, they blame it on Trump for making it happen. And I'm like, are you insane? I mean, you're just bold-faced liars. But the people buy it because they continue to be on the air day after day spewing this same BS. I'll be polite this time, because it is BS. It sure stinks. It has nothing to do with sides, Democrat or Republican. A lie is a lie. Just a bold-faced lie. Back to Joe Biden. I'd pull that clip up and play it. I could easily do that. But it's like in this stage of the game, that's not safe. Becoming less safe to do those things, to share what others are saying, and because they're being censored. Because they're telling the truth. See, and that's another piece of this puzzle that adds to the mind F. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, I could get on this, use bad words. That would just get me into the whole sex conversation, which I think of the world as being sexually dysfunctional. This isn't... it is. It's sexually... I mean, I could pull the video up of the guy in New York in the subway in the middle of the day, lunchtime, or just before, trying to rape a woman, a young woman, with bystanders. I mean, are you kidding me? There's a problem. There's a big problem. Yeah, the lies. How about some Cuomo with some lemon? There's another example of just... Can you call it a lie? It's clearly just early on, those two had a conversation. How or saying that the looting, they were in that, this is a good thing, it needs to happen, that these events are not meant to be peaceful or whatever. I'm not trying to quote the guys, but the basic gist of where his stance was, these guys and their stance were that which is where the Democrats have been. And then you have... See, this is such... You can't talk about this. Because the truth is not going to be allowed. I noticed I said I had a viewer, but now they're not. Maybe it's because I kind of have shifted the tone of the stream. Got all political. I have a lot of viewpoints and a lot of concerns what's happening and what's taking place in the world. These two guys, Cuomo and Lennon, are now like completely doing a 360 and a reversal of what they were saying, over a month ago. How are these guys? I just, I guess it's, to me, I always tell myself it's got to be the money. Somehow they're getting money out of this. Enough money that they feel safe, and so they're not worried about you, really. And you know what? I can put it another way. I was sharing this with somebody earlier today, talking about the money, the whole money thing, and taking the image of a pie, and then taking a little slice, and that slice represents the money that 90% of the world is using, and that the rest of it is in the hands of a very, very few. And how when you take that little slice, you need to keep in mind that that money represents the money that you have to work with. Okay? Meanwhile, you've got these very few who have the majority of the money of the world. And what are they doing with it? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And I think that the Democrats are on that page to some degree. They use that, I think, to campaign. I think that their way of getting there is clearly out of whack. And again, it brings me back to Deep Impact. Do they know something? Does somebody know something that we don't know that is like a deep impact kind of event? It doesn't have to be from out there. Just something we cause, we create, who knows? We got viruses floating around, or so we're told. And we're told there's going to be more viruses, and they're going to be worse viruses. Now we're being told you're going to take a vaccination, trying to. So this is where I have to stand up and speak up, because no. First of all, this has been blown out of proportion. I think the evidence is mounting. And, there's that. Which that makes me feel that only invokes cause for reaction. Because there are parties involved that don't like the reaction. The results. They don't want people waking up. They don't want truth. Why? Because lies sell. Me, again, I have a hard time these days trusting. And again, why? Because everybody be lying. BeLIEving. Don't you love that? The beginning of that word, be lie, be lie. And it's a word to express that embodies the meaning of truth. And yet it uses that word lie. L-I-E, lie. And the lie be. I don't think that's chance. But I don't want to get into etymology and that conversation. I want to stick to the lie itself, the lies that continue to be perpetrated on the people. I'd like to say the innocent people, but I can't. We all have a choice. We all choose. The violence that's going on right now, the looting, the killing, all of it is not the answer. It leads you nowhere but loss. Period. So to hear and listen to Democratic leaders around the country continue to support this, what? Months. You have months. Every night you have this crap going on. Violence, protesting, trying to get some message out that I think that I speak for a great many people out there. I may be wrong, but I feel pretty confident when I say that whatever it is they're trying to say, I don't get it. And it has nothing to do with I'm not listening and I don't want to, because I clearly want to. Why? Who in their right mind wants to see this, the what's going on? And you're being lied to. I feel like I need to stand here for a moment. Let's see if I can. Okay, there we go. Hopefully the microphone will continue to pick me up here. I have a little bit more distance from it. I'm about ready to wind this stream down. I'm surprised I've been here an hour. I got to here is here, there is there. You choose one, right? You choose one, or do you choose both? You can't have both. I'm just saying. It's one or the other. Here's there. E.T., that whole thing, that conversation, presence, intelligence, it can't be here. It chooses not to be here. Clearly, they're not here. Whatever. I think it's a choice. There's no need to be here. There's no want to be here. That's a truth. That is truth. I mean, would you, if you could be out there checking it out, the universe, planets, galaxies, all of it, would you? Or would you hang around here? No, you move on. Later days. Good luck. Hasta. That's the truth. And it's a logical truth. Makes perfect sense. Unless you're, I don't want to use selfish. It's a little strong. Confused. Not informed. E.T.'s not landing on the White House lawn. I will say this, though, before I end this stream. This intelligence, call it whatever you want, it's here. It is here right now. Actually, before I leave, I need to bring up the playlist of music that I have playing. But before, this presence is here, and it is communicating. That's what life does. It's continually interacting with itself on many, many levels. Communication is a great thing from where I stand. I like it, and I'd like more. So this intelligence is here, and it is communicating. There's intelligence involved. Now, you can't go into this with expectations of how that communication is supposed to be. You know, you have this mindset that you carry that can't be altered, that demands that contact takes place or communication takes place in the way that your mind feels comfortable with and is focused on. E.T. lands on your lawn and comes out. That's one way of interaction. But there are a multitude of forms of communication. And this intelligence, if you were going to go to the root, you would go right here, to the mind, to your mind, to our mind. That's where that's where they feel comfortable. When the stream plays and it doesn't actually show any time gap there. Oh, seems I'm back connected again. It's all to lose my train of thought. I can go on and on. I mean, my mind, I know where I am. I know what's going on for the most part. And when I say that there is an intelligence here, I'm very comfortable. I have no second thoughts on sharing that kind of information. And it's not that I don't care what another thinks. I think that's true and not true. Just like everyone is good and bad. At least here. I don't think that holds so much true over there. Let's see. You by their hand. Over. How about over there? This intelligence. I think, for me, I think that God is going to be the stepping stone, the bridge that builds the means to have a conversation. I believe that wholeheartedly with everything that I am. God. Why? Because it's simple. It's a word that you don't have to wonder, does the other person understand who you're talking about? Okay, for the most part, they know exactly who you're talking about. So that's the simplest word, God. Whatever that word is in all the many languages around the world, God. Why do I? Again, it's because it's simple, but also because from my perspective, from where I'm standing and where they're standing, I'm here and they're there. Okay? And for me to get from here to there is going to demand something incredible, something amazing, something beyond reality. Okay, I'm still connected. Yeah, I will continue to expand on the whole ET thing as I continue to post these streams. Real quickly, before I wind this one down, the slideshow of music that played, that I believe that this intelligence, again, it's beyond physical. It has a lot to do with the mind. The mind, I think, is the next great frontier, not space. I think you can accommodate space by incorporating the two, but that's another story. The music is one way of communication. It's a way that is personal. It's between you and what's in here, because you're the only one in there. And this idea of this intelligence that is talking to you with the music. You think a thought in your mind, thoughts, think about an experience, or maybe something that's going on in the world, or maybe something direct, a question that's direct and pointed. It's your choice. And then listen to the music. Random. It's got to be random. Beyond your control. Other than you've got to amass the music from which a random choice can be chosen. So you listen to the music as it plays, and there's a conversation. I've spent so much time trying to explain this, especially like on my Facebook page in words, which is currently deactivated at the moment by my choosing. Yeah. Money, 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 money. I think before I leave, I'm going to end this stream with my thoughts on the near future. Where I live right now, it's quiet for the most part. It's a small town. I don't know how many thousands, tens of thousands live here, but it's not huge. It's definitely growing, but it's not like a big, huge city, a metropolis where much of the insanity is taking place. But just like with any infection that has a starting point, I'm trying to think of a better word for that, but where it originates from, it grows, reaches out, and I think that as we get closer to the election in November, that it's going to get crazier and it's going to spread. Based on what I'm hearing, what these people are saying, I mean, you got Biden blaming Trump on all the violence and rioting, and he's going to put a stop to it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Boy, I can't wait to stand next to Father, God, whatever you want to call that moment of judgment, because I want to stand. You're going to stand next to me, Joe, because I have a question. I want you must be accountable to me, because you came to my attention. You put it out there. You're on video pumping it out to the world through the mainstream media, so you're accountable. And I want that moment. I am worthy. We all are. And it will come to be. You should really think about everybody should think about the choices they make, everything, more and more. And you can be mad and upset, but hopefully it's teaching you to be a better person, to realize you can't be that way. I mean, right now I'm very frustrated. Like I said, I tell it like it is, and I can come across as being a very mean, hateful, even person. But I think what's unfair about that is I'm never given the opportunity to explain myself. Nobody ever asks me why, because at that point they've already come to a conclusion that there is no answer to that. So there's nothing me or another could ever say. Okay? Good luck. Whatever is happening, I think it's coming to a crescendo. This can't go on, like I said. I think as we get closer to election day, it's going to pick up. I mean, come on, you got a guy running for president, Democrat, who can't even carry sentence. Don't jump. Don't jump. Be well. Smile. Always. See ya.